Kira's hands trembled as she wiped down the counter at the dimly lit coffee shop in downtown Los Angeles, the scent of fresh espresso mingling with the rain-soaked streets outside. It was just another closing shift, or so she thought, until Olive walked in, tall, commanding, with eyes that pierced through the haze of Kira's mundane life. In that instant, as their fingers brushed during the handover of a latte, a spark ignited, pulling Kira into a whirlwind she never saw coming. She had always been the invisible one, the beta barista blending into the background of LA's chaotic rhythm. 28 years old, living paycheck to paycheck in a cramped apartment shared with 2 roommates, Kira had convinced herself that dreams were for alphas like her sister, who climbed corporate ladders without breaking a sweat. But Olive was different. She exuded that alpha confidence without the arrogance, her presence filling the empty shop like a storm about to break. "Why are you still here so late?" Olive asked, her voice smooth as velvet, leaning against the counter as if she owned the place. Kira glanced up, caught off guard by the genuine curiosity in those dark eyes. "Just finishing up." "You?" she replied, her heart pounding inexplicably. Olive smiled, a slow curve that made Kira's stomach twist. "Escaping the family dinner from hell. Mind if I wait out the rain?" What started as casual conversation stretched into hours. Olive spoke of her high-powered job at a tech firm, the pressures of being the family's golden child, expected to marry well and produce heirs to carry on the legacy. Kira shared snippets of her own life, the conservative parents back in Texas who still called every Sunday, preaching about finding a nice man and settling down. "They don't get it," Kira muttered, staring at her hands. "That I'm different." Olive's hand covered hers then, warm and steady. Different how? The question hung in the air, charged with unspoken possibilities. Kira pulled back, her mind racing. She wasn't ready to voice it, not to a stranger. Not when society's whispers about alphas and betas mingling in unnatural ways echoed in her ears. But Olive didn't push. Instead, she shared her own secret. "I'm tired of pretending to. My parents have a match lined up for me, an alpha from a respectable family. But that's not what I want." As the rain pounded harder, Kira found herself opening up. She talked about the high school crush on her best friend that ended in heartbreak and isolation, the way her family dismissed it as a phase. Olive listened, her empathy a balm to Kira's wounds. By the time the storm eased, it was past midnight, and Olive offered her a ride home. In the car, under the glow of streetlights, their conversation turned intimate, not physically but emotionally. "What if we stopped hiding?" Olive whispered, her voice breaking the silence. Kira's apartment building loomed ahead, but she didn't want the night to end. "Come up for a minute?" she asked, her voice barely audible. Olive nodded, and as they ascended the stairs, Kira's mind screamed warnings. This was reckless. Olive was everything she wasn't: successful, poised, from a world where appearances mattered. Yet, in the quiet of her living room, as they sat on the worn couch, Olive's confession shattered Kira's defenses. "I've never felt this free with anyone," Olive admitted, her eyes locking onto Kira's. The kiss that followed was tentative, born of mutual vulnerability rather than passion. It was a declaration, a rebellion against the roles society thrust upon them. But as Kira pulled away, reality crashed in. What was she doing? Olive had a life mapped out, and Kira was just a barista with nothing to offer. The guilt twisted in her gut, betraying her family's expectations, risking everything for a moment of truth. Morning came too soon. Olive left with a promise to call, but Kira lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, her thoughts a torrent. Her phone buzzed, her mother, reminding her of the upcoming family reunion. "Bring a date this time, honey. Someone stable." Kira's chest tightened. How could she explain Olive? The world saw alphas like Olive as leaders, meant for other alphas or compliant omegas, not betas like her who disrupted the order. At work that day, Kira's mind wandered. Co-workers chatted about weekend plans, oblivious to her inner storm. When Olive texted, suggesting dinner, Kira hesitated. This could upend everything: her job, her family, her sense of self. But the pull was undeniable. She agreed, stepping into the unknown. Dinner was at a quiet Italian place in Silver Lake. Olive looked stunning in a simple dress, her confidence masking the nerves Kira sensed. They talked about dreams, Kira's secret desire to write. Olive's exhaustion with corporate facades. My parents would disown me if they knew. Olive confessed over pasta. But being with you feels right. Kira's heart ached. Mine too. They think this is a choice, something I can fix. The conversation delved deeper, exposing raw wounds. Olive spoke of past relationships hidden in shadows, the betrayal when a friend outed her to climb social ladders. Kira shared her own scars. The cousin who stopped speaking to her after a slip-up at a family gathering. As they walked back to Olive's car, hands brushing, a group of passers-by sneered. Alphas should know better, one muttered. The word stung, a reminder of societal chains. Kira pulled away, doubt flooding in. Was this worth the pain? Back home, alone, Kira paced. Her roommate noticed her distraction. You okay? But Kira couldn't confide. Trust was fragile. She called her sister instead, testing waters. What if I like someone? Unconventional? Her sister's pause spoke volumes. Kira, don't do anything stupid. Family comes first. The weight pressed down. Olive represented freedom, but at what cost? Kira tossed in bed that night, decisions looming like shadows. The next few weeks blurred into a secret rhythm. Kira and Olive met in hidden corners of the city. Parks at dusk, cafes far from prying eyes. Each encounter deepened their bond, but the secrecy gnawed at Kira's soul. She watched Olive navigate her world with ease, attending galas and meetings, while Kira slung coffee, her dreams deferred. One evening, as they sat on a bench overlooking the Hollywood sign, Olive turned serious. I told my best friend about us. Kira's heart skipped. What did she say? Olive's face darkened. She warned me. Said it could ruin my career. Alphas like me are expected to pair traditionally. The words echoed Kira's fears. Society's hierarchy was unforgiving. Betas were seen as support, not equals in love. Kira's internal conflict raged. She loved the way Olive made her feel seen, valued beyond her status. But doubts crept in. Was she holding Olive back? At work, a customer, a sharp-dressed alpha, flirted shamelessly, reminding Kira of her place. You're cute for a beta, he said. Kira forced a smile, but inside, resentment boiled. Family pressure mounted. Her parents visited unexpectedly, staying at her apartment. We've set you up with Mark, a nice alpha from church, her mother announced over dinner. Kira's stomach churned. I'm not interested. Her father's brow furrowed. This phase needs to end, Kira. Think about your future. That night, as her parents slept, Kira sneaked out to meet Olive. In a quiet bar, they held hands under the table. I can't keep lying, Kira whispered. Olive squeezed her hand. Neither can I. Let's go public slowly. The idea terrified Kira, but Olive's resolve sparked hope. The first test came at Olive's company party. She invited Kira as a friend. Dressed in her best, Kira felt out of place among the elites. Whispers followed them. Who's the beta? Someone sneered. Olive defended her, but the damage was done. Later in the restroom, Kira overheard colleagues gossiping. Olive slumming it. Her family won't stand for this. Driving home, tension simmered. Maybe this was a mistake, Kira said. Olive pulled over. No. You're worth fighting for. Their argument escalated. Voices rising in the confined space. Kira accused Olive of naivety. Olive called her cowardly. Tears flowed, but reconciliation followed, a promise to face it together. Back at work, Kira's boss noticed her distraction. Everything all right? She nodded, but inside, turmoil brewed. A text from her mother. We know about your friend. This stops now. Panic set in. How did they find out? Confronting her parents the next day, the room exploded. It's unnatural, her father shouted. Alphas and betas don't mix like that. Her mother cried, pleading. Think of the family name. Kira stood her ground, but the words cut deep. I love her, she admitted, the confession liberating yet devastating. Olive faced her own storm. Her parents summoned her home to their upscale Brentwood mansion. We've heard rumors, her father said coldly. End it, or lose everything, your job, your inheritance. Olive's mother added, we raised you better. Defiant, Olive left, but the threat lingered. Meeting Kira later, they shared their battles. "They're cutting me off," Olive revealed. Kira's guilt surged. "Because of me?" Olive shook her head. "Because of us. But I choose you." The decision weighed heavy. Kira pondered the moral quandary. Was love worth dismantling lives? Society's judgment amplified the pain. Friends distanced themselves, labeling their relationship a scandal. One night, betrayal struck. Kira's roommate, jealous or judgmental, leaked photos online. Comments flooded. Disgraceful. Beta trash. Kira's world crumbled. At the coffee shop, customers stared. Her boss suggested time off. Olive rushed over, fury in her eyes. "We'll fight this." But Kira wavered. At what cost? Their embrace was desperate, a lifeline in chaos. As days passed, Kira isolated herself, questioning every choice. Olive pushed forward, arranging a meeting with a supportive group for LGBTQ alphas and betas. "We don't have to be alone." Kira attended reluctantly, hearing stories mirroring hers: rejection, resilience. Inspired, Kira wrote in her journal, pouring out emotions. Is this the price of authenticity? The group empowered her, but doubts persisted. A turning point came when Olive's ex, an alpha scorned, confronted them at a cafe. "You're ruining her," she spat at Kira. Olive defended fiercely, but the encounter left scars. Kira realized the depth of sacrifice. Olive had lost allies, opportunities. In bed that night, Kira whispered, "Do you regret it?" Olive's answer was firm. "Never." But Kira's mind raced with what-ifs. The pressure built, leading to a heated argument. "You're not fighting hard enough," Olive accused. Kira snapped back. "I'm terrified." Tears and apologies followed, strengthening their bond amid fragility. Kira's family issued an ultimatum. "Come home or be cut off." She stared at the email, heartbreaking. Choosing Olive meant losing roots. Staying hidden meant losing herself. The ultimatum hung like a guillotine. Kira sat in her apartment, staring at the screen, her parents' words searing. "Choose wisely or don't come back." Olive paced nearby, her alpha poise cracking. "We can build our own family," she said, but Kira saw the fear in her eyes. Society's backlash intensified. Online trolls targeted them, spewing hate about disrupting natural orders. Kira's job suffered. Regulars boycotted, calling her lifestyle immoral. Her boss, sympathetic but pragmatic, reduced her shifts. "I hate this, but business is business." Olive's career teetered. Colleagues whispered, promotions stalled. "They're punishing me indirectly," she confided. Kira's guilt deepened. Was her love selfish, dragging Olive down? Seeking solace, they attended more support meetings. Stories of others, betas shunned, alphas disowned, mirrored their plight. One woman shared, "I lost everything but gained truth." Kira clung to that, but doubt gnawed. A family intervention ambushed Kira. Her sister flew in, gathering relatives at a hotel. "This isn't you," her sister pleaded. "Olive's influencing you." Accusations flew. Manipulation, rebellion. Kira defended. "It's real love." But her uncle's words stung. "You're betraying our values." Escaping the room, Kira called Olive, sobbing. "They think you're using me." Olive arrived, confronting the family. Tension escalated. Shouts echoed. "She's my daughter," her father bellowed. Olive stood firm. "And she's my partner." The fallout was swift. Kira's family left, vowing silence. Alone with Olive, Kira questioned, was that worth it? Olive's embrace was her answer, but the void ached. Moral dilemmas plagued Kira. Society preached tolerance, yet practiced exclusion. Was their relationship a stand against bigotry, or a reckless defiance? Friends betrayed. One leaked more details, fueling media frenzy. A local blog dubbed them LA's scandalous duo. Olive's parents escalated, threatening legal action over family assets. "Sign away your rights," they demanded. Olive refused, but the stress showed: sleepless nights, strained smiles. In a moment of weakness, Kira considered ending it. "Maybe they're right," she told Olive during a walk. Olive stopped, hurt flashing. "You don't believe that." Argument ensued, raw and revealing. Kira admitted fears. Olive confessed vulnerabilities. I'm scared too, but quitting means they win. Reconciliation brought clarity. They planned a quiet commitment. Rings exchanged in a park, vows whispered. For better or worse, Olive said. Kira nodded, hope flickering. But reality intruded. Kira's roommate evicted her, citing drama. Moving in with Olive felt rushed, intensifying intimacy and conflicts. Small habits clashed, deeper issues surfaced. You act like I'm fragile, Kira accused. Olive retorted. You pull away when it gets hard. Therapy helped. A counselor unpacked traumas, societal conditioning, family expectations. Love challenges norms, she said. Kira journaled furiously, exploring inner turmoil. Am I strong enough? A high-stakes confrontation loomed. Olive's company hosted a diversity event. She invited Kira publicly. Nerves frayed, but they attended, hands linked. Applause mixed with murmurs. A colleague approached, brave. But another sneered. Token gesture. Post-event, Olive's boss pulled her aside. This could affect partnerships. Olive's defiance. Then find someone else. Kira admired her, but worried. Homeward, they discussed futures. What if we leave LA? Kira suggested. Olive considered start fresh? The idea tempted, but roots tugged. Betrayal hit again. Kira's sister, feigning reconciliation, visited. Only to plead for separation. Mom's health is failing because of this. Guilt crushed Kira. Was her happiness worth a parent's suffering? Confronting Olive, tears flowed. I can't be the reason. Olive held her. They're manipulating. But seeds of doubt sprouted. Nights blurred into debates. Kira weighed pros, love authenticity. Cons, isolation loss. Society's mirror reflected distortion. Were they pioneers or fools? A turning point. Olive received a job offer in New York, inclusive environment. Come with me. Kira hesitated, torn between love and family. Deciding meant sacrifice. Kira called her mother, voice trembling. I choose her. Silence, then hang up. Heartbroken, Kira packed. But second thoughts assaulted. At the airport, doubt peaked. What if I'm wrong? Olive's eyes pleaded. Trust us. Boarding the plane, Kira's mind raced. New York promised freedom, but at familial cost. Was this awakening or escape? In the city that never sleeps, they settled into a small apartment. Olive thrived at work. Kira found a barista job, pursuing writing part-time. But ghosts lingered. Unanswered calls, empty holidays. Society's acceptance varied. Some embraced, others judged. Kira's article on their journey went viral, sparking debates. Love defies labels, she wrote. Yet, personal toll mounted. Olive's family sued over inheritance. Court dates loomed, stress fracturing their bond. The courtroom in Manhattan was a battlefield of polished suits and hushed whispers. Olive sat rigidly, her hand clasping Kira's under the table, as lawyers dissected their lives. This relationship violates family trusts, Olive's father's attorney argued, painting Kira as an opportunist. Kira's cheeks burned. She was no gold digger, just a woman in love. The judge's gaze was impartial, but the words stung. Testimonies revealed ugly truths. Olive's parents' bigotry masked as concern. We want what's best, her mother claimed, tears scripted. Olive countered on the stand. Best is letting me live authentically. Kira testified too, voice steady despite terror. Love isn't about status, it's about connection. The room murmured. Society's norms clashed with personal truths. The verdict favored Olive. Trust couldn't dictate personal lives. Victory tasted bittersweet. Family ties severed permanently. Outside, Olive hugged Kira. We won. But Kira saw the pain in her eyes. Back in their apartment, celebration turned reflective. Was it worth losing them? Kira asked. Olive sighed. I gained you. But cracks showed. Arguments over finances, futures. Kira's writing flourished. Articles exploring LGBTQ struggles in alpha-beta dynamics. Feedback poured in, supportive, critical. One email from a stranger. You gave me courage. It fueled her, but isolation gnawed. Holidays without family felt hollow. A A surprise visit from Kira's sister shattered the calm. "Mom's in the hospital," she said, eyes accusatory. "Stress from your choices." Kira's world tilted. Rushing to Texas, leaving Olive behind, guilt consumed her. At the hospital, her mother looked frail. "Why, Kira?" she whispered. Kira held her hand. "I had to be true." Her father glared. "True to what?" "Sing." The confrontation escalated. Siblings sided against her. "You're selfish," her brother spat. Torn, Kira stayed days nursing wounds old and new. Olive called daily. "Come home." But duty pulled. Maybe I should stay, Kira thought, moral compass spinning. Returning to New York, she confessed doubts. "They need me." Olive's hurt was palpable. "I need you." The argument peaked. "You're choosing them over us." Accusations flew, revealing insecurities. Reconciliation required effort. They attended couples counseling, unpacking layers, societal pressure, internal conflicts. "Love demands sacrifice," the therapist said. Kira nodded, but questioned the balance. Society's spotlight intensified. A podcast invited them. They shared their story, sparking national debate. Comments ranged, inspiring to destructive. Kira's inner monologue raged. "Are we catalysts or casualties?" Betrayal resurfaced. An old friend of Olive's, envious, spread lies online. Kira's using her. Trolls amplified, harassing Kira at work. She quit, spiraling into depression. "Why fight?" she whispered to Olive. Olive's support was unwavering, but strained. Her job demanded travel. Absences highlighted loneliness. Kira wrote feverishly, channeling pain into prose. "The price of love is steep," she penned. A pivotal moment. Kira's mother called, voice weak. "I miss you." Hope flickered. Visiting again, tentative bridges built. "Tell me about her," her mother asked. Kira shared cautiously, walls cracked. But her father's resistance persisted. "It's wrong." Debate ensued, moral lines blurred. Was tradition sacred, or oppressive? Back with Olive, Kira shared progress. Maybe change is possible. Optimism grew, but realism tempered. They planned a trip, escape from chaos. En route, a car accident. Minor, but jarring. In the hospital, waiting, Kira reflected. Life's fragility. "I can't lose you," she told Olive. The scare bonded them deeper. Returning home, they recommitted. Through everything. Yet, challenges loomed. Olive's ex reappeared, offering help with strings. "Leave her. Reclaim your life." Olive refused, but temptation's shadow lingered. Kira confronted her. "Do you miss that world?" Olive admitted. "Sometimes. Honesty hurt but healed. But I choose this." Society's evolution showed glimmers. Laws changing, acceptance growing. But personal battles raged. Kira's article series gained traction. Book deal offered. "Your story matters," the editor said. Empowered, Kira organized a support event. Attendees shared tales. Connections formed. Olive beamed. "Look what we've built." But backlash followed, protests outside. "Abomination," chants echoed. Police intervened. Fear gripped. Home, they debriefed. "Is it ever enough?" Kira asked. Olive. "We keep fighting." Inner awakening dawned. Kira realized. Love wasn't just emotion. It was action, choice amid adversity. As months passed, equilibrium emerged. Family thawed slowly. Olive's parents silent. Kira's reaching out sporadically. A quiet evening, they sat on the balcony. "We've paid dearly," Kira said. Olive nodded. "But we're free." Freedom came with lingering scars. Kira's book launched to mixed reviews. Praised for raw honesty, criticized for promoting disorder. Interviews thrust them into the public eye. Kira fielded questions on ethics. Is defying family right? She pondered aloud, but inside certainty wavered. Olive's career rebounded. Promotions came, but with caveats. Keep personal life low-key, her boss advised. Olive complied outwardly, but resentment built. "I'm hiding again," she confided to Kira. Their relationship strained under scrutiny. Small disagreements amplified. Kira's late nights writing, Olive's work trips. "You're distant," Kira accused. Olive retorted. You're obsessed with the past. Counseling continued, revealing deeper issues. Kira's abandonment fears, Olive's control needs. Society shaped us, the therapist noted. They worked through, but progress was halting. A family reunion invitation arrived from Kira's side. Bring Olive, it read. Shock mixed with hope. They attended warily, in Texas heat. Greetings were stiff, conversations tentative. Her mother hugged Olive. Thank you for loving her. But her father remained distant, muttering about changes. The event turned confrontational. An uncle cornered them. This isn't natural. Olive defended eloquently. Kira supported. Tensions peaked, but no explosions. Leaving Kira felt progress. A step. Olive's family remained estranged. A letter arrived. We pray for you. Olive tore it up, tears falling. Kira comforted. Their loss. Society's tide shifted. Pride events embraced them. Stories inspired youth. But hate mail persisted, reminding of dangers. Kira's inner world evolved. She wrote a sequel, delving into moral ambiguities. Right and wrong blur in love's shadow. Readers debated fiercely. A crisis hit. Olive's health scare, stress-induced. Hospitalized, she whispered. Don't leave. Kira vowed. Never. Recovery bonded them. Priorities realigned. Post-recovery, they traveled. Europe, Asia, escaping judgments. In Paris, under Eiffel Tower lights, they renewed vows privately. Forever. Olive said. Returning, challenges awaited. Kira's sister announced pregnancy. Family pressured inclusion. Heal the rift, she urged. Kira navigated carefully, balancing loyalties. Olive faced a job ultimatum. Relocate or resign. San Francisco, she said. Kira agreed, uprooting again. New city, fresh start, but patterns repeated. Whispers, adjustments. In SF's vibrant scene, they thrived. Kira taught writing workshops. Olive led inclusivity initiatives. Community enveloped them. Yet reflections haunted. Kira journaled. The cost, families fractured, friendships lost. Was it justified? A documentary approached. Share your journey. They agreed, exposing vulnerabilities. Filming unearthed pains, betrayals relived, decisions questioned. Premiere night, audience reactions varied. Applause, boos. Post-screening Q&A. Did you regret? Kira paused. Regret the pain, not the choice. Life stabilized. Holidays blended old and new. Friends as family. Kira's mother visited, bridging gaps. I'm trying, she said. Olive reconnected with a cousin, small victories. As years hinted at passing, they adopted a dog, symbol of commitment. Evenings on the porch, they talked futures. Kids? Maybe. But core questions lingered. Society evolved, but scars remained. In quiet moments, Kira wondered. Had they awakened others or merely survived? The story of Kira and Olive wasn't a fairy tale. It was a testament to resilience amid turmoil. Choices made, prices paid, awakenings earned. Was their defiance a moral triumph? Or a selfish unraveling of sacred bonds?